Good day, one and all, and welcome to this, our 200th video.
Yay!
We've been waiting a long time to do this. I personally have had some other videos already shot, ready to go.
I have not.
But we wanted to wait until and do something special for you, our viewers who have been watching us all of these 200 videos, or those who have just started watching us. So this is number 200, and it's St. Patrick's Day. And 2 years ago we did the original Leprechaun movie. And so what was your brilliant idea to do this year?
Well, I was thinking about it too, because 2 years ago we decided, I think it was like on St. Patrick's Day, we should do the Leprechaun movie. We couldn't find it anywhere. It wasn't on Netflix. We couldn't find it online. It wasn't at Best Buy. It wasn't at Walmart. We finally found it.
We finally found a DVD of it somewhere. I don't remember where.
I think we went to Movie Trading Company. We found it on DVD. But last year, I think, I picked up the Leprechaun Complete Collection. So I thought, well, since we did the original last time, let's do the remake. Reboot, prequel, origin. I don't even know how to describe it.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I don't know what the hell I just watched.
Yeah, it's labeled as as Leprechaun Origins. And it was from 2 years ago. It is a WWE film.
I don't know if that just tells you everything you need to know right there.
Because it somewhat stars a wrestler.
Right.
He basically just did the motion capture for the creature.
For the creature, yep. I'm just going to go right off the bat. I didn't like this movie. I did not like it.
I thought it was somewhat okay for what it was. It was kind of boring. It was an interesting enough idea for the origin of the Leprechaun character, even though it's not the same that we know from the original movies. It is not the same at all.
No. My issue is, for something that's labeled Leprechaun Origins, there was no origin story. There wasn't.
No, it was something else.
No origin story whatsoever. This was just a typical monster movie. Just happened to be set in Ireland.
Yeah. And just it seemed like they were trying to do something different, something a little bit darker with what the Leprechaun actually was, which I am somewhat okay with that.
I'm okay with them trying something different, but
if this had not been labeled as a Leprechaun movie, and not even that, they could have said it was a Leprechaun horror movie. That's fine. But they were trying to connect it to the original franchise. That's my problem. If it had been just kind of its own entity, it wouldn't have been so bad. I still wouldn't have cared for it as much, but it would have been, it would have been what it was.
If they hadn't put it in with the Leprechaun franchise, they just left it alone, it would have just been another subpar horror movie.
Yeah.
But because they threw it in with a horror series that's almost classic status, it's just like the,
Yeah. Now,
piece of turd. It's just like a turd.
oh, granted, the Leprechaun movies were never great horror films. They were they were the low end of out of all those franchises. But they had a nostalgia value of enjoyment to them.
They were kind of silly and
They were silly, they were
fun.
cheesy, but they were fun. Exactly. I mean, the original is one of the most enjoyable out of those old horror films that you can watch. You can pop it in and you're gonna laugh your ass off watching it. You know? And even most of the sequels, yeah, they're terrible.
but that was 80s horror.
But that was the point, exactly. You know? That was the point. They didn't take themselves seriously. This one took itself way too seriously. They were trying to make some sort of true horror movie. And it just didn't work.
Nope.
I would rank it at the absolute bottom out of all of the reboots, remakes that they've been doing, that they did, in the past 7 years, probably was when it started with Nightmare on Elm Street.
Mm-hmm.
Was, I think, the first one, which is, I still haven't seen, but I have no desire to.
It started out promising. It really did.
Yeah.
It was shot real nice. A lot of bright colors, like good panning shots.
That is,
Good shots, but it just went. And I understand, because it's the typical have to survive overnight horror movie situation, and it just kept getting darker and darker and darker, because there was, it was just overnight. But then as it ended, the sun was coming up, everything was starting to be better again. But it was just, oh my God, that was the longest hour and a half there.
yeah.
Like, I didn't even see any of the kills. I fell asleep several times during the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It was, you touched on something that is the one thing I'll give it credit for. It was actually shot really well.
mhm.
The cinematography was beautiful. The landscape was very nice. There were a lot of really cool things about the way it was shot, but the story was
Bad.
bad. The characters were just
Stop.
awful.
The four teenagers at the beginning.
Yeah.
I looked at Jonathan. I was like, well, which one's going to survive?
And surprisingly, we were both wrong.
Mhm.
It was the girl.
It was, yeah.
And I'm glad, because we both said the guy in blue, which was her boyfriend. God, he turned
The
out
hero.
He turned out to be the biggest douche out of all of them. I'm glad he bit it.
I don't remember him biting it. I don't remember. I fell asleep.
He did. I was so glad too. I was like, yes. And the guy that we pegged as the jock douche was actually the character I kind of wanted to survive.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, he's not so bad of a guy. But just, they were stock, they were cliche, they were terribly written characters, they had no depth to them. Oh, the girl is a history major. Okay. Oh, the guy's going to medical school. Okay. That's not character depth. That's not character development.
And here we are trying to pick out character depth and development and try to bring, something good to this. Yeah.
I understand that it is what it is, but give us something. Give us some sort of character development. No, Sean, the guy's son, had the most character development out of any of the characters. He was honestly the only good part about the movie.
Yeah. He's the only one that actually went through a journey and would have come out better.
And actually did a pretty decent job acting. He's the only one that I can say that about. He actually gave us some sort of a performance.
Yeah.
I
don't remember a lot of it, but the texts that I get kind of fade in, out, back in on. and saw that he really didn't want to do this and
Mhm.
stuff. And it was the story was they were sacrificing people to this leprechaun
Yeah.
after they stole the gold. I'm sorry, that's not the leprechaun story. You don't sacrifice people. You just
Give the gold
give
back.
the gold back.
Yeah.
And like they were giving him Rolexes, and he was ripping out earrings and tongue rings, and
Oh, that was brutal.
that was
That was brutal when you took that girl. Oh.
that was a really good shot though. I mean, that was a good special effects shot.
Oh yeah.
But this is not.
I think
It's not the Leprechaun story, even like based on the franchise movies, but still, not even taking those in consideration. That's not the Leprechaun story, though.
no.
I don't know. I guess they just thought, oh well, we can't make any more marine movies, so let's
Yeah, they're
use,
still making marine movies.
let's use Vince's son.
No. Actually, I think by the time this movie came out, they had already done the story where it was Finley's son.
Okay, well.
They changed that.
Okay.
They did.
In case you're wondering, yeah, it's Hornswoggle.
Yeah. Hornswoggle, the wrestler, Dylan Midas is his real name.
Yeah. And I was thinking, oh, when I first heard this, I was like, yes, that's going to be awesome. They're going to actually do maybe WWE is actually going to do something good and, have it be a throwback to the old. That's what I was expecting. I was expecting an actual origin story, throwing back to the original series, having it lighthearted, kind of funny. Actually show him as like an actual person instead of a mythical creature.
Yeah. That's what I was hoping to. I was like, okay, I've seen him on WWE. He's got that look. Easily pull off the look of Leprechaun.
Mm-hmm.
He has, he's actually Irish.
Yeah.
He actually has the red hair and everything. I was like, okay, make a live action, let him actually do it as himself. Just put him in a costume.
Mm-hmm. Because I would love to see him running. Because he's got that
Yeah.
little person run.
Well, he's a
bigger.
He's a midget as opposed to Warwick Davis, who is technically a dwarf.
Yes.
He has the very short limb, very short fingers. Dwarves have a little bit longer limbs and a little bit of a shorter torso. And not trying to use those terms disparaging, just recognizing the difference.
Yes.
Between the two actual things. But yeah, it would have been great, like you said, make it lighthearted like the original. Make it, I figured that they were going to make it a little bit darker, but not too much.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay. I was like, I've seen WWE films. They're cheesy 80s type humor in them. One-liners, bad jokes. I was like, this could work for the Leprechaun franchise, Sorry,
Right.
none of the
It didn't.
There's only one movie that I've seen that was WWE films that was even halfway decent, and that was The Condemned. The one with Steve Austin.
But yeah, this was not.
This was not it. This could have been something good. All those remakes and reboots that they were doing in the classic franchises, some of them were really good. The Texas Chainsaw Texas Chainsaw 3D was really good. We actually saw the preview for it in front.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, no, this was actually fantastic. They made another Child's Play movie, Curse of Chucky. Awesome. Why couldn't they make this one work? No, even the Friday the 13th reboot I thought was okay. This one just didn't work.
Yeah, it was just a bad movie. It was just there's very little redeeming quality to it, and it's not like one of those so bad that it's good movie. No, it's just a bad movie.
It was just bad. It was boring. It was cliche. There was nothing.
So slow.
There's nothing to keep you interested and invested in the movie. But
And, I mean, they did do the throwback to the original with the "fuck you, Lucky Charms," but
even it didn't.
it didn't work.
It didn't work. It didn't hold because it was, you know, she was older saying it. It's like if Jennifer Aniston had said it in the original, it wouldn't have worked. It was that little kid saying it
Mm-hmm.
that made it work. 'Cause
And
he's not supposed to be saying words like that.
And how do you kill the leprechaun? No, that's not the same way.
Yeah.
You just cut his head off with an axe. But, and plus, you know, it didn't have the same connotation. They just like, oh, let's throw that line in there because people that watch the original will get it. No, it's just you have to know your audience, and this was not it.
No. Yeah.
So overall, this was a very disappointing movie, and I was hoping it would have turned out better for our 200th video. But for our 200th video, we're actually reviewing a movie saying that we don't like it, and we don't recommend you watch it.
I think that this actually might be a first.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first movie I think we've ever reviewed that,
We couldn't find any redeeming qualities to.
yeah, that we've reviewed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've reviewed 2 movies now that I highly don't recommend.
Right.
But yeah, this is a first for us. It's also our first reboot remake thing that we've ever reviewed together too.
Yep.
But yeah, don't. There's nothing redeeming about it. You can't even watch it for a sense of any sort of nostalgia because there's no references to the original. There's nothing there.
Save for that one line.
And it's
Not even a reference. It's not. It's just a throwaway.
It's a throwaway bullshit line. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
One thing I will say that they didn't do as to typical horror movies, as you know, you thought we were gonna get. It was like teenagers in a cabin, which is typical, but they didn't have the sex element in there. Only because the guy passed out and fell asleep.
Yeah, because he was drunk.
Mm-hmm. So that was at least something different. I'm grasping at straws, trying to find anything at all, and it's not being successful. So I'm going to wrap this up. I don't know if you have anything else to say. Thank you for watching all this time. We have some plans in the works for this channel.
We have a couple of things coming up. Hopefully you'll see something within the next 2 weeks to a month.
Mm-hmm.
Some new stuff. We'll
some
give
new
you
ideas.
We'll give you more info as we get it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
going to keep doing the what's in the box,
yeah.
what's in the bag videos. It's going to slow down a little bit because I'm running out of money. Money's a little tight right now, so.
Yeah.
But thanks for sticking with us. Thanks for watching all this time. If you have anything you want us to request or you want us to review, put requests out there. We do have a couple of different plans for some stuff, and we will eventually need requests for it. So
Yeah.
and we'll explain that as we go along. So
Yeah. In more detail as we get it.
So thanks for watching.
You guys.
Blessed be. Don't watch this video. No, watch this video. Don't watch that movie.
Don't watch this movie. It's
Buy the Lucky Collection. Buy the Lucky Collection. Buy the Leprechaun Collection. Just leave the last disc alone. Don't even pop it out of its holster.
It's worth it. Yeah, I think I paid $30 for it.
You get all the originals, kind of a little bit remastered in high def.
And most importantly, you get Leprechaun into Hood.
Mm-hmm.
The best out of all of them.
So thanks a lot. Thank you WWE for ruining Leprechaun Day.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Blessed be.